Boom.
Trying to see if I can adjust my camera. I feel like it's really zoomed in.
I got the pictures real small though, so it's all good.
Yeah, perfect. So I think we'll take two turns each
Sure.
for like at least sketching the terrain and stuff. That way, it's not just limited to like two items.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But with the city,
Oh, I think connection.
of yeah, I'm not getting a very good ping on my on Discord.
So on your end then, or
Oh, is it better now?
no?
Hmm. How about now?
That one went through clean.
Okay. So I had something open and I closed it, and everything seems to be working better now.
Okay. Cool.
But we'll see if it keeps working. Because I moved in with the girlfriend,
Ooh.
so like I'm on a different Wi-Fi and everything. So I just like that was the other thing. I just set up the computer this morning and everything. So
Yeah.
like I was running around this morning. I'm like, there's no way I'm making 9:30.
Cool, man. Congrats. That's
But
exciting.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Prudence is all underground, much like the Hive from Resident Evil. It's like an entire city underground, an old military base of sorts. So, because like above is obviously all the zombies, so they can't be living out in the open.
Right. They don't make it down.
So,
The zombies haven't made it down yet. Down to this area anyway.
no, like this could even be like an old gnomish facility or gnomish area. You
Right.
know, it doesn't actually have to be military, but it is definitely underground.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Prudence, I think, is. I wish I had my notes. Like it's where dispatch the anti-military group for Venaris
Hmm.
is like headquartered. So like this is a very large like resistance area.
Sorry, what was dispatch again? The anti-military group. Yeah, the
Yeah,
high-minded philosophical hippies, was
yeah,
it? Kind of?
yeah. After the propaganda failed from the military,
Right.
they
Yes.
all fought back and rose up against them. So like they're going to be like mostly headquartered in Prudence.
Cool.
So we'll start off by I don't know how to draw terrain features for underground.
Uh,
Like
uh,
it's almost going to be like the top is going to be like surface level, and
sure.
we can like just keep descending.
That's a good idea. Yeah, profile.
Yeah.
Cool. All
So
right.
I think uh, my first thing I think is going to be that there's going to be like a large uh, like pit that just kind of goes into like a void.
Mm,
Nobody really knows how deep it goes, but it goes pretty deep.
gotcha. Like if you drop something in there, you don't really hear the sound of it hitting
No,
anything.
it just keeps falling. Yeah,
Okay.
like major, but it just keeps going and going past that minute. And after the spell slots, after a while, they're like, we need to just go back up.
Sure, yeah.
So
Cool.
nobody really knows how deep it goes.
I like it. Um, I'm thinking about a body of water of some kind. Like what happens, I guess, in these structures where the with the water table, maybe the water table is super low. Let's
Right.
say so this maybe water source is deep in this facility, and it's kind of shallow. It's not like a lot. It's maybe takes up a lot of surface area and pools up in other areas just because of the water table. But I'll say like the majority of it is like this shallow thing here.
Okay.
Maybe a little higher. No, no, that's fine.
Have you been watching the new Critical Role?
I started with the first two episodes and then I kind of fizzled. There's just a lot to watch.
Yeah,
It always happens
I
with me.
know. 4 hours is a good chunk of time to sit down and watch something. I totally get you. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I've started the third one, so I'm on the same page. It's
Hmm.
just finding time to do it. I remember is they have like those spires everywhere,
Oh
like
yes.
in Marquette. They
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
bunch of spires interconnected with ropes and stuff. I'm not gonna like. I don't want that, but I do want like this one central like uh, like pillar with like stairs that climb around it, and there's a
Hmm.
bunch of like markets and other stuff in
Cool.
like this central pillar that goes down here.
Nice. Cool. Yeah.
And I think I'm just gonna draw the surface so we know where we're at.
Sure. Does this tower protrude out through the surface? Oh, I
I
didn't
think
act.
this is how you get into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, how do we even get in here? Is it like obvious or is it hidden or so this would be it. It would be
Uh, I don't know. Since most of the world's a desert, it's not like there's a lot of trees and natural obstructions anymore. Maybe,
like
but
in
I don't want it like disconnected from Venaris entirely. Like there
hmm.
needs to be like people traveling back and forth or something like that.
Right, okay,
You know,
sure.
there needs to be a means of transport. So I don't think it's like hidden away,
Yeah,
but dispatch would be hidden away somewhere.
within it, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe like it originally started as like a bunch of like rocks, and you would just kind of push away this fake rock, and you'd have like this bunker latch you can open up.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna draw a quick rock. All right. So you can go ahead and draw one more terrain feature before we get into resources.
Um, I think there's like cracks in the surface every so often that let enough light down through this one area. Let me draw, change the color. This one area gets a lot of light as it bounces down through a series of crystalline or just reflective surfaces in the caves, and it
Right.
ends up
Very cool.
lighting up this one area. Maybe it's got to have some moisture, so maybe even like it's kind of closer to the surface because it's dripping down. Some of the moisture like kind of leaks off the surface. So you got this one little kind of place with some vegetation and a little bit of light and moisture and stuff.
Okay. Like this would be like the farmland area.
Yeah, yeah, maybe they can grow food here. Sure.
All right. Very cool. So now we need to figure out what items are scarce and what they have in abundance.
Right.
So we'll each, again, we'll pick out, I don't know, like 2 or 3 different resources, figure out what we think they got a lot of. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like they got a decent amount of water,
Yeah,
like
probably.
clean drinking water.
Yeah, it'd be clean too. Yeah.
Clean drinking water. Okay.
Hmm.
So just to remind you, other examples like energy, protection from predators, shelter. Like I'd say, like they got adequate shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't
Cool.
really worry too much about external forces. Although the Underdark is a thing, so there are a lot of monstrosities and beasts and stuff that live in the
Mm.
Underdark. So like there's not a lot of tunnels accessing the Underdark, but that's not to say it's not always a risk.
Mm-hmm. So protection from predators and maybe not so much. But I mean, I was thinking
Yeah,
at first, like, yeah, that's a ton. Like the zombies don't even know how to get down here, but I guess the Underdark is the threat. So,
yeah, it's not the above world, it's the below world.
uh-huh. I wonder if that goes so far to be like it's a scarcity if you have protection from predators. I don't think it's that bad. What do you think?
No, I don't think it's that bad
No.
either.
Yeah.
Like I think every once in a while, like a soul creature. Like a lot of them are like pack creatures. Like the odd time, like an old wounded one or like something that got left behind ventures their way looking for food, but it's they might kill like a person or two before like the paramilitary or whatever, like
Mm.
the enforcement comes in and deals with it. Like it's not very often, but there is always that risk of something breaking through a wall and just charging through.
Yeah. Right.
So like I don't think it's like a scarcity.
Okay.
It's just a constant thing you have to keep in your mind that those dangers do exist.
Right.
Another abundance is probably minerals and ores,
Right.
for
That,
manufacturing.
that's a good, easy one.
Ores. Like I picture this as a very industrial town, like a bit more
Mm-hmm.
slummy than like Venaris, even though it's in a bog. Like nothing's really nice, to be honest. But
Sure.
like
But
actually,
yeah,
this might be like the nicer area because
yeah.
it's all underground and you can kind of do what you want.
Like you could say scarcity is just natural light and what that means to like human society, like your well-being and vitamin D and
It's
stuff like that.
it's true.
I mean,
Natural light.
they feel
It's good
relatively
for the
safe.
gnomes,
Yeah,
but you probably don't see a lot of elves down here.
yeah, yeah.
You might get some humans and whatnot, but elves probably not so much. So I like that natural light. Now, what about food?
Yeah, I drew a bit of food there, I guess, but I don't know. I could probably still go into a scarcity thing. There's only so much food I would imagine, unless they get creative,
Yeah,
you know.
like they can grow funguses and stuff.
Sure.
Like it doesn't have to just be like corn or rice or whatever.
Right, yeah. Maybe
But
some kind of bugs and shit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or there could even be hunting parties that go into the Underdark
Hmm.
looking for food.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's cool. That could lead to something. They're like, ah, we're
so I think
sick of that, and then
I
they'll
think
send a crew back up to us.
yeah. So I think maybe we'll just leave food as neither an abundance or scarcity, but it's adequate.
Sure. So
Um,
need another
and
scarcity.
energy,
Yeah.
like I feel like maybe geothermal.
Yeah.
again. Well, we can come back. That's a pretty good start.
Sure.
Like as we're playing, we'll be adding more and taking them away. So
Okay.
do that. Uh, so I think we're ready to just jump in now. Sorry, resources. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. All right.
Sure.
So let's just shuffle up the cards.
Boom.
We'll start up. There's a large body of water on the map. Where is it? What does it look like? Done. There is a giant man-made structure on the map. Where is it, and why is it abandoned?
Okay.
I feel like both of these answers are already given. Um,
You could do another. Well, you could do whatever. You can do another of either.
yeah, I'm going to do the man-made structure.
Hmm.
Uh, and why is it abandoned? So I think maybe there was a like training ground, like for these hunter gatherers going into the Underdark, that got overrun by some sort of monsters that kind of took control of that area, and it had to just be barricaded off.
Hmm. Cool. Yeah. A training
Let's
area.
show us. Yeah, like a military academy, or like I don't want it to be a huge military thing, but you do need like some sort of defense.
Sure.
So
Cool.
I think maybe I need to move them. Somewhere over here.
Cool.
So it's just like an abandoned facility that got overrun by monsters.
Nice. Okay. Underdark monsters.
I'm just gonna keep the spire going. I don't want to be limited to like the water table.
Yeah. Sure. So, what is it? You have a project discover or discussion now, or is that later?
All right. Thank you. Um, hmm. Cover something new for discussion. Hmm. I think I'm going to start a project, and it's going to be some sort of like train system to connect to Venaris. Like there
Mm.
will be a station underground here, and it'll come up like into the ravine basically as
Hmm.
another station in Venaris, so that you can travel back and forth
That's cool.
or
Yeah.
send resources. But this is going to take a while.
Yep. That's an all-year project. Well,
Yeah, exactly. This isn't going to be like 4 weeks. This is going to. I'll put this one up. We'll do like 12 weeks, I guess.
yeah. That sounds fair. Otherwise, we might not get it done if it's too high.
Yeah, train. And I also want. Okay. Oh, it's 12 weeks. All right.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll draw a card. Oopsie.
I know.
Gotta go back and forth there. Fuck.
Uh,
There. So I see a good omen. What is it? You see a bad omen. What is it? Bad omen, I guess. And a you start there's a few people have reported hearing a ghostly lady sound of singing coming from this endless hole here.
okay. Yeah.
So
Okay, that's good.
draw that then.
That's really the hardest part
Yeah,
is drawing some of this stuff.
there. So this place, I guess maybe that like it's not so out of the way, or maybe people go there for a reason, or once in a while they like go there to be by themselves, or I don't know what this deal is, but um yeah, so some people recently started hearing that some women singing from it, and
Okay. I like it. And is it a woman's voice, you said? A ghastly
mm-hmm,
woman's voice.
yeah.
Singing from the depths. All right. So, would you like to hold a discussion, discover something new, or start a project?
Um, I don't know, like, is there a driving force going on right now? Is there like an identity of this place that I should consider, or just throw shit at the wall?
See, I had the same problem. Like, I felt like there was like less to draw on almost. Um, I would just say just throw it all at the wall, and
Yeah.
I'll make sorts of it later.
Okay. Alrighty. I want to discover a network of tunnels that hasn't been discovered before, and it is a massive branching network of tunnels.
Okay. Are they like natural caverns, or are they man-made dug, or are they like something foreign and alien that you can't quite figure out?
I would say that yeah, they look more on the foreign end, like pretty symmetrical, but still like with rough edges. It's not perfect.
Right.
Kind of
Yeah.
organic, kind of like a mix between organic and man-made somehow.
Okay. But not naturally formed. Okay. Very cool. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. All right. See ya. Have a good day at work. Okay. 1 second.
Sure.
Bye. Have a good day. All right. So that's cool. That gives me a lot to go on there.
Yeah.
All right. So there's another community somewhere on the map. Where are they? What sets them apart from you? Or what belief or practice helps to unify your community?
Hmm.
All right, I think I'm going to go with the belief or practice.
Hmm.
Um, I think this is going to be very much a um, like work-driven society where everybody has a role. Like if you're not contributing to society, you're not really welcome here. Like
Hmm.
everybody needs to be providing something to the community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so something uh,
There's
like
like
the belief would be like do your fair share and take your fair share.
sure. Yeah. Um, and it's not something that's enforced because it's something that comes naturally within the community. It's more about maybe foreigners or something who come in and don't have the same work ethic
Yeah,
or something
basically,
like it's not it's like
it,
a
it'd
part of the
be
culture.
yeah, like everybody is work orientated here, and like if
Yeah.
somebody comes in, you don't see like bums grifting. Like they would not be welcome. They'd be like, you know what, go to up top. Like, go back to the surface. Like, if this is what you want to do, if you want to be safe, you need to contribute.
Right.
Uh, but again, it's not really enforced. But like, it gets to the point where you're like shunned,
Mm-hmm.
and like you don't get food rations or water rations. Like unless you show that you've like clocked in and put in 40-hour work week or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So now, how do I draw this?
Hmm.
I think I'm just going with communism here and just put like the hammer and sickle. I'm just gonna throw that. We're just gonna throw it in the bottom corner, just because like it's not a landmark or anything.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, totally.
Uh, so, see. Um, let's see. What are the abundances and scarcities?
Natural light.
Yeah. Hmm. So I think I'm going to hold a discussion.
Mm,
We'll each weigh in twice
sure.
just to get some different viewpoints.
Hmm.
Because this kind of sets up like the major factions. Um, um, how does that work? I ask a question or make a proclamation.
Right.
Um, and I think I'm going to hold a discussion about this singing from the pit.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, and it's going to be we need to set up a defense around the pit. It's going to be the proclamation.
We need to double our efforts in going down into the pit.
We should just close it off.
It's all a little bit of BS if you ask me.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. Hmm.
All right.
Hey, here's a card. Someone new arrives. Who? Two of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them? Someone new arrives. Some like really like pompous, kind of well known. Thinks of himself as a hero from, some of the earlier battles and things that were, I don't know. He has like some kind of history of being a hero that's kind of more overblown now. The stories are bigger than what actually happened. And he comes
Okay.
and he's a controversial figure.
Okay. Does he have a name?
I was gonna say Kanye. Let me think of something else.
Hey, let's do it. No, I don't care.
Kanye or Yeezy or something.
Easy. All right. A controversial figure arrives. A former, like, soldier, adventurer, a soldier,
I'd say
former.
adventurer, no, like military dude, but now mercenary.
Farmer.
Hmm. Maybe he was just like he was like a nobody, you know, or like a normal person an adventurer then, I guess. Yeah.
Adventurer. Stories of success are exaggerated. Exaggerated. Their names is easy. Okay. So go ahead and draw Yeezy arriving on the map.
Get some gold color here. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. Be like I'm gonna draw like a star, I guess.
Nice.
And I'm gonna start a project. I like this maybe idea of this little farming land is a relatively new
Yep.
thing they came up with, and I want to expand it since it worked out so well. So they want to
Okay.
make a expand the farming capacity and just the try to reduce some of the sunlight as a thing. They're never gonna totally like satisfy that. I think that'll be a scarcity forever, but they're just trying to expand this a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Project is starting to expand the farming project, farming venture by maximizing light yield. Or how else do that expand the farming venture? And how long do you think this is going to take?
Mm, I mean, to get like to dig the holes and stuff to make the light bounce and all that properly wouldn't take the longest time. It'd be more for it all to grow and settle in and have all the systems working. So in totality, maybe like 8 to 10 weeks.
Okay. Uh,
Or I don't know. What do you think? Is that too much?
um,
Train's already
no, I
done.
don't think so. Like I think that's reasonable because they have to figure out a way to bring the water from the water table up,
Yeah, I think it
you know,
was
as
kind of.
well as
Oh yeah, water table's way down there. I was thinking of like the percolation out like from rain. I don't know how much it rains anymore though. That's what comes down and wets the ceilings of these little caverns, and they have little, I don't know, bouncy lights source how the lights comes down and refracts down. Or maybe they're siphoning
yeah.
it up from the water table. Maybe it's that. Yeah, who knows? It's up for you, I guess, to decide.
Well, let's go with 8 weeks.
Sure. How do I make a thing smaller once I've got it in a box? Alt maybe?
Like an image,
Yeah. Oh shit.
like just select like uh, use the arrow tool and highlight the entire thing, and then it should get a box, and you can just shrink it down.
Yeah, I got the box, but I don't know how to shrink it down. I can spin it
What
on
are you
the
trying to
side.
shrink down?
This green stuff. Yeah. Magic.
Yeah, like that small, or
Yeah, no, that's good. I just want to make room to copy it like once,
oh, okay.
which I can't do. Yeah. Oh, whatever.
Oh, you want to like double it up?
Yeah. Boom.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
That's my turn.
Expand on it. Okay, a charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins her endeavors? Start a project to reflect. A charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into sinful or dangerous activity. Why does she do this? How does the community respond?
Hmm.
Okay, so a young girl. Why does it have to be a girl? A young individual. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whatever, I guess. I was writing out the summary, but it all just deleted for some reason.
Oh no.
So I'll just have to rewrite it later. So, a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into sinful or dangerous activity.
Oh weird.
I think this individual starts like cannibalism,
Ooh. Yum. Yum yum yum.
right? Why does she do this?
Yeah. No.
Um,
Could be lots of reasons.
I don't. Yeah, there's lots of reasons, but I think I'm gonna leave that open ended for like a mission or something. You know,
Okay. How does the community respond to cannibalism?
not great. The community is very much against, and they kind of get shunned. Um,
Hmm. Does she convince anybody, do you think? Or is she just on her own? She tries but
I think
fails.
she tries to tempt. I think she's got like a very small following,
Mm.
like a cult of like the zombie almost, where like we can learn from our zombie brethren and feast on flesh.
Mm. Maybe
Uh, yeah, like a
yeah, that's
cult of
cool.
the zombie. So that's why she does it. She wants to live like the zombie brethren talk and learn from their ways.
Right.
And the community does not respond well, saying we're trying to escape these flesh eating creatures. We shouldn't be resorting to them.
Right. Yeah, yeah. That's good.
Uh, uh, how to draw this? Okay. Uh, that's blood.
Red whiskers.
Yeah.
It's Catwoman
Yeah.
gone feral.
um, so kind of on the outskirts of the city, away from the central spire,
Good.
somewhere over here. Um, okay, and I think I'm going to start, or yeah, I'm going to start a project, and it's going to be a descent into this tunnel. Like they're going to this bottomless pit.
Mm.
They're going to go down with rock climbing gear and scholars and mages and
Yeah, totally. None of this half-assed approach. Let's go full bore.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna take our time. We're gonna explore this thing.
Yeah.
Uh, Descent into pit. And this is also going to take a while because the pit is massive.
Hmm.
Like I'm going to go with like 15 weeks.
Well,
Like I want it to last a while.
okay.
You
Yeah.
know, like it's not going to be for like a year. You hear back from these people. It's going to be a big deal.
Sure. Yeah. There's got to be at some point. Like, what
Exactly.
if we're not back in 15
Exactly. If we're not
weeks?
back in 3 months, assume we're dead.
Right. Yeah. Don't send anybody in after us.
Exactly. All right. Back up to you.
Right card. What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Are there distinct family units in the community? If so, what family structures are common? Um, well, they're both good questions, but since I have more on top of mind for the first question, I was thinking engineers or diggers of some kind, people that bore through the rock, are of high appreciation. And,
Right.
it's something you can actually do to gain inclusion in the group is just to study, work hard, and learn the trades. And through apprenticeship, you can gain inclusion into this group.
Okay. So it's like a like miners or masons guild almost,
Yeah,
or not necessarily masonry, but
but
like
something of that
stonework
type.
or
Yeah,
engineers. Yeah.
like I want to call them the
Okay.
builders, but maybe more like the diggers, or I don't know.
Hmm. Builders or diggers. Okay.
Um,
That's good. Good.
like other, I think career paths are really nice and stuff, but this is just whatever.
Yeah, like they're gonna need farmers and whatever, but like the main uh like export of Prudence are minerals and rocks and ores and stuff like that. So it makes a lot of sense that they're the driving force, the highest status.
Right. How do you shrink it again? I got the box.
So just when you hit select, with the top arrow, just highlight the whole thing,
Yeah, I got the highlight on it.
and then you should see like those like where you can rotate it and everything. Just grab one of the corner
Yeah,
ones and just shrink it in.
like with shift or control, or like
Nope, it
it doesn't,
should just.
it's I only got the move tool though for some reason. That's weird.
Oh,
Anyway, whatever. That's the drill.
there you go.
Thank you very much. Boom.
Okay, very
Um,
cool.
I was thinking about a project. What was I thinking about? Mm-mm-mm. Oh yeah. So yeah, are still. There's a huge portion of them. I have no desire to go above ground, really. Like to the where. So the zombies aren't really a big thing. Climate change is not really a big thing. Life is good down here, but there is a lot of people that, like elves and humans, that would like to take back the surface, especially
Right.
so. maybe it is either a zombie weapon stuff or be climate change progression stuff or something to do with the climate.
Oh, okay. Like uh, like high elven magic is being researched into terraforming
Hmm.
Meropa to its glory. The elves, they also like a lot of them live in the Feywild, but it's at the point now where the Feywild is being like it's reflecting as well of climate change.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, so like I don't know if they want to just focus on like the Feywild or Meropa as a whole.
Or what as a whole? The world as a whole?
Meropa, yeah,
Europa, right, yeah.
the world as a whole.
So you think it would be more the elves in the Feywild that eventually will kind of overcome climate change then, or the gnomes would be
Uh,
involved as well? I'm picturing this more
the
gnomish.
gnomes, yeah. So the reason the gnomes came out was because of rising temperatures in the earth. Because all these underdark creatures are used to living closer to the core, a warmer climate. But with climate change, now they're branching further and further towards the surface.
Hmm.
You know,
Right.
because it's more adequate to their lifestyle. So
Hmm.
like the gnomes have been like progressively being pushed out.
Okay. All right. Cool. Everybody's got an interest in solving it.
Yeah.
Okay. So this project is going to be because I don't really have an idea for a climate change project top of mind. I'll think of the zombie one, and it is going to be a some kind of mineral fueled handheld projectile thing.
Okay.
Since it's going to be powered by the ore that's like abundant by them,
So
and
like a weapon creation.
yeah, the last one I came up with was those AOE damaged mines. So I was thinking this time it'd be like a smaller device that's more like can take out single targets and held by a single
Okay.
target.
So
I don't want to call it a
like we're
gun,
going.
but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got gnomish artificers. You
right,
know, like there's no reason you can't have a gun in this world.
sure,
But this kind of gives reason to why that class exists.
you're right,
You
right.
know, it's not just they're part of this guild that's making these weapons. Or
And
I
they're
like it.
specifically designed for zombies. Like they'll kill probably anything, but they're designed to make sure they take out zombies.
Right. How long do you think this manufacturing creation process will take?
This one hopefully not as long as some of the others.
Yeah,
It's
no, I don't think it'll take very long either.
yeah, let's say four
Like
weeks.
4 weeks. Okay.
And what does this look like? Kind of a
Yeah, you don't really have to draw anything yet
oh yeah, right, cool.
if you don't want to,
No, I don't
but
actually. There.
okay.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Cool. Where does everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? When natural predators roam this area, are you safe?
Hmm.
Um, I think I'm going to go with the natural predators, just to kind of stress the fact that the Underdark is
Hmm.
moving further and further up towards the surface, where you guys are getting like sandwiched between the Underdark and the zombie hordes on the surface.
Nice.
And are you safe for now? You know,
Hmm.
uh, dark, safe for now. Cool. Okay. So let me just draw some real fancy looking monster.
Bleh.
Something like that.
Nice.
Put them down there. Okay.
Nice.
Uh, I think I'm going to hold a discussion. Uh, hmm, that's not done.
Oh, losing you there.
Hmm. Okay, better?
Yep, so far sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. Discord just keeps seeming to drop me.
Huh.
But I'll figure that out later. So I'm going to hold a discussion.
Okay.
So the prompt is going to be what happens when the monsters reach us?
The Underdark.
Yeah.
We've dealt with them for many, 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 many years. I know they seem to be coming up more often, but I'm sure we can handle it.
We call for aid from Venaris and the military there.
Hmm. Yeezy's in town.
that's a,
Maybe he
that's
maybe he
great.
can help us.
Um, we should set up uh, like bulkheads that we can collapse in the lower levels to slow or dampen the progression.
Hmm.
All right.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Cannibal lady. When I move this, does that move it on yours too? The turn order?
No, that's
Okay.
independent.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because it was gone that whole one session. You didn't real. You had no idea.
Yeah, you had to collapse.
It's a train farming pit weapon creation. Cool. There is a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what? Wow.
So that would be like tremors, earthquakes,
Okay.
quicksand, landslides. You know,
Hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
there are options if you want to do it.
Mm-hmm. I think maybe this central spire is starting. It's been deteriorating, and they always have to do work on it. But some some of the movements from below. it's all happening at the same time as these monsters are coming up from the Underdark, and
Right.
tremors and stuff and heat, and it's starting to crumble at the foundations, and it's crumbling faster than they have been able to patch it lately. Something like that.
Okay.
Destroy? Hmm. Maybe it's more significant. Maybe it's.
Now, is like this spire like supporting everything, or is it just kind of like this central?
I don't think it's
Like, is
supporting
this?
anything. There,
But it's like an independent spire.
mm-hmm. I imagine little bridges
Like,
reaching out
like,
like this. There's kind of an open cavern around it, right? It's not
yeah,
just 2 feet on either side or something.
right, yeah. I like that where like there's this large central column of rock in the middle of the city,
Yeah.
uh, and then bridges connect to these like offshoots where there's like living quarters and the mining area, the agricultural area.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe off like that or something.
Yeah.
Maybe some of these are breaking off. Maybe some of these broke off these bridges.
Okay. So like, are you thinking like earthquakes or? Like,
Yeah,
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 I know you
totally.
mentioned the monsters, but it'd be like tremors or.
It is tremors. It's just related to like in sense of timing wise how everything from below it seems to be a threat now as far as above as well. So the ground's
Yeah,
shaking below, the monsters are coming up, and these towers are falling. Fuck, did you hear about the tornadoes yesterday?
I did.
That's fuck.
Nuts.
Yeah, really sad. Crazy.
Yeah, craziness. Like this. The world's going to shit.
we're having fun talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I'm glad I am where I am.
Yeah, totally.
Like the worst we get is like some strong wind and like snowfall.
Yeah, on the Canadian Shield, not much going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Um, what's the other one?
So crumbling bridges, central tower.
Maybe a team goes to starting a project to send a team down to these tunnels that have been unexplored, just
Okay.
down a portion of them, just to start mapping it.
Okay. Exploration of tunnels of um, alien tunnels. Exploration of them.
Hmm.
Okay. And how long do you think that's going to take?
They don't want to go too deep in because it's relatively new and scary and probably not safe to spend a ton of time. So let's say 3 weeks for the first expedition.
3 weeks. Okay. A young boy starts digging in the ground and discovers something unexpected. What is it? An old man confesses past crimes and atrocities. What has he done? So I think a young apprentice is just out digging in somewhere that's hasn't really been dug, or they thought they finished pulling resources from that area, but he's like, you know what? I'm going to make a name for myself and find something.
Mm-hmm.
He kept going back, uh, and he found mm, a massive glowing crystal.
Mm-mm.
Uh, to the point where like it's the size of it would be like the size of like a mid-rise building.
Okay. Massive.
Like so it's like yeah, you can't really move it around, but it's like one solid crystal just radiating
Yeah.
light. Not a lot of light, but and it's almost got like this hum to it.
Is it white light or translucent?
Um, I don't know. Like I think that's something worth maybe like starting a project to see. It's like, can we use this crystal for agriculture?
Hmm.
You know, does this crystal provide the right type of light?
Hmm. Cool.
So I'm going to do research on crystal. Um, but I think this is going to take a while because the academy is up in Benares. So they're going to have to send word to Benares to send a bunch of
Oh.
scholars down here
Uh-huh.
to figure it all out. And the train's not done yet, so they got to hike it
Right.
or airship it, depending on how the time frame works.
Right.
So I'm going to go with, I want to say like 8 weeks
Okay, yeah.
for
That
them to get
that's
down here, study it,
for sure.
and all that.
Can they send messages maybe so they don't have to physically go there and then physically come back?
Yeah, like magic exists. Like
Yeah.
there would
Okay.
be like the message spell and stuff like that. So like they could send word.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, we found this massive crystal. We think you guys need to take a look at,
Cool. I keep
and then they'll
forgetting.
send an expedition down.
Cool. So that's your
So
project too then. Nice.
yeah, so I'm gonna go with actually maybe 6 weeks instead,
Okay.
because if they can send a message spell, that's gonna save some travel time.
Nice.
Where's a nice? Oh, I can't even see that. Um, all right.
Cool.
Put this over on this side of the map somewhere. I don't need this. Um, I kind of want this like borderline underdark
Hmm.
where there's like an inherent risk to it,
Mm-hmm.
but like there's no underdark creatures around it.
Okay.
Okay. So your weapon is finished.
Ooh. Okay, now I'll draw it, I guess.
And how does it go? Are they successful? Does it work better than planned? Does it work not as great, but it's adequate?
Um, yeah, I think they do like some testing underground and it seems good, so they want to test. Like the real test is to try and see test it on zombies. So the team goes up as part of like the final commissioning of the gun design, kill a dozen zombies in about half the time they normally would with their other like
like
boat.
slings or
Right.
arrows or whatever. Yeah.
I imagine this is like a high tech friggin' like slingshot thing that kind of auto loads things and is much more
Oh,
accurate and
is it like a physical projectile, or is it more like it's shooting like energy? Because you said it's using the energy of these ores, or like it's powering it like that. Is it shooting like an energy beam at it, almost like a laser, or is it
that would be
just like a
cooler.
bullet projectile? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with the energy source then, because that's pretty cool.
All right. Successful energy weapon. Very cool.
Yeah,
All right. So you can go ahead and draw your ray gun or whatever you want. And then it's your turn whenever you're ready.
sure. Whatever. Yeah,
Noise.
good enough.
And I'm going to throw this one up on the surface
Yeah, sure.
since that's where it was tested.
Let's see. Are there children in the community? If there are, what is their role in the community? How old are the eldest members of the community? What special needs do they have? The oldest in the community are, well, the gnomes, I think. Well, how long does a gnome live compared to a human? Like a lot longer, don't they?
Yeah.
But like elf long?
I don't think it's elf long because I don't
Yeah.
think elves actually ever die.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Like they're like when they reach a certain age, they just kind of go to. Well, I guess that's like the Forgotten Realms lore. Um,
Big difference there,
I
though, I
think that
guess.
yeah, I think the elves live longer than the gnomes do, but
This community
let's say like
doesn't.
the elves live like 500 years, where gnomes live like 250, and then humans live like 100 if they're
Hmm.
lucky.
Sure. Well, getting up, like moving up and down. This is a very horizontal or vertical society.
Right.
Lots of stairs and shit. Mobility is their special needs.
Yeah,
So maybe, they for elderly, they have like some kind of means of transport for them, like a hover
like an
chair
elevator,
or an elevator or yeah, some kind of scooter
but
thing.
yeah.
So you have mobility, I guess, and proper nutrition and shit.
Okay. Now, how are the okay? So
Um,
it's mobility issues.
yeah, I guess so. Let's see, maybe also, well, that's the first thing that comes to mind, but
Yeah, no, it makes sense because of the verticality of it. Nobody wants to climb stairs their whole life.
yeah, maybe they have some kind of springy moon boots that help them along. They have like engineers and builders. I think they've got some little tech to help them along.
Are you going to start a project to do that, or do you just
Yeah,
kind of want to leave it? It's like, yeah, the elderly are kind of like at a certain age, they just kind of start sticking to like one level.
yeah, that's practical. Yeah. I want to say this community has been established at some point, or is this relatively new? Because
This has been established for a while. Like people would have found it and started taking refuge here, and
Yeah. Okay, maybe it's
because
more
it is,
practical. They just kind of stick to like the one level. So like, challenges are, mental health because they can't move around as much as they. So
right.
yeah,
Okay,
maybe a young engineer, that'll be my project. A young engineer develops some kind of mobility device for them, for the
okay.
elderly.
Elderly mobility. And
Okay.
how long do you think this project will take?
4 weeks, something like that. Don't think it'd be too
All
hard.
right, 4 weeks. Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Okay, so go ahead and draw a bunch of old people stuck from moving around, and then your exploration of the alien tunnels completes as well.
Oh, oh man. Fuck it, that's an old person.
Nice.
Multiply. There you go. Now shrink.
Enhance.
Enhance.
Okay,
So
I don't need the. I missed the one guy's head. And now I missed the other guy. And do you think they're going to be at the bottom or the top or the middle? Where do you think all these old people are going to be?
um I think they like to be on the same floor as these new oasis gardens that they're being built, like the
Okay, so they're going to be
farmhouse.
up over here.
Sounds good.
Nice. Okay.
It's retirement
Now,
home.
how does this exploration go?
Uh, I think the exploration team of five, um, they come back with 6 people, and
Okay, they find.
but they all swore that there was 6 people that went down in the first place. The six of these people are convinced that there were 6 of them at the beginning when they got back. But
But the
this,
community knows they only sent 5.
right?
Okay, that's cool.
And so
Okay.
they're like, "Who's this guy?" And they're like, "Well, what do you mean?
It's
This
Steve.
is it's
He's,
Steve."
what do you mean, who is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I like that. Very cool.
Should I try to draw that or no?
No, that's fine.
Okay, take a note.
Yeah, an
Steve.
old piece of machinery is discovered, broken, but perhaps repairable. What is it? What would it be useful for? An old
Hmm.
piece of machinery is discovered, cursed and dangerous. How does the community destroy it? Hmm. Old piece of machinery. I think they find some old, like, hmm. Now where the fuck would they find it though? Like, I'm thinking of like some old, like, excavating thing, like machinery.
Mm-hmm.
But like, where are they gonna find it? Just laying around? Like that doesn't, like, it doesn't make much sense. Uh,
There could have been some kind of collapse in some area that another group
See, I kind of want to go
hmm
with these six individuals that return also come back with this piece of machinery.
mm, mm-hmm.
You know, um,
Some old alien tech or
yeah,
something.
and I'm going with the cursed and dangerous.
Mm,
Or see, or okay, so these six people come back with this device that they're bringing back a decent sized piece of machinery. What is it? I want to say it's almost like a hydrogen fuel cell
mm,
type thing where it's like converting uh, like water into energy or something vice versa,
mm-hmm.
where it yeah, no, I'm gonna say they come back with this piece of machinery that's capable of taking just water and breaking it down into the hydrogen and oxygen and releasing that energy. What would it be useful for? Providing more light down here.
Mm,
You
mm-hmm.
know, now they can start up like a power generation plant.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, the you could have some kind of thing. Oh, I'll let you finish.
yeah, no, no, go ahead.
Oh, just where like the engineers or the builders or whatever figure out how to harness the energy and do as you said, you know.
Yeah,
Great.
I don't think I'm going to start a project for it though.
Sure.
Like I think they come back with it. It is broken, but perhaps repairable.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Cool.
I'm going to go with nice blue.
Fuck, it's still windy. Cool.
two, two. Stoichiometry, fun stuff.
Oh man, tickled my back of my brain.
And they'll find that over there.
Nice.
Okay. Um, I'd like to hold a discussion
Mm-hmm.
about this gun creation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, now, I have a question about this gun. Is it? It is useful against every creature, not specifically zombies.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so I'm going to start with a proclamation. This weapon, hmm, actually, I don't know. Introduce a new situation.
You want more gun laws? Want some gun laws?
Yeah, no,
Some
I kind of
regulations?
want to. I want to throw a wrench into this somewhere,
Hmm.
like this whole thing, like by discovering something new, a problem that arises. Um, Uh, okay. The discovery of half-eaten bodies are found lying around. But not just anywhere, they're found floating in the water.
Oh, great.
Like, did they come from the water table? You know, were they dumped there?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to send in
Okay.
divers.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. What's the most beautiful thing in this area? What's the most hideous thing in this area? Um, there is a known location where the Underdark monsters from the Underdark easily come up to the surface, and it's mostly like they've like built stuff around it so they can kind of keep it blocked off, whatever. But like if you open up the hatch and look down into this ever expanding pit, like it doesn't like you can see down how the walls start to get like slimy and like the smell of the area gets thicker and a little gross and you hear little sounds and I don't know, it's just a really disgusting place that kids might go to like scare like test themselves and dare each other
Right, right.
to go see.
So this old abandoned entrance to the Underdark, but not necessarily abandoned, but like nobody really goes there.
It's yeah, it's sealed
Or
off
is
and
there like
secured.
a
It's not like a threat anymore. Like this is like a pretty good thing. Like this was like the main hole like that they would be coming up all the time. So now they blocked it off pretty good. You know, if there was a big
right?
enough army, they could probably bust up through it again, obviously. But for what they've
Okay,
expected in the past, it's pretty secure.
nice.
Mm, it's one that's I guess yeah down here. Maybe here, I guess. Oh,
Like it doesn't necessarily have to be at the bottom either. No, it could just be like
yeah,
a branch off of the middle somewhere.
yeah, because I didn't want it to be too deep actually.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, project or whatever. I guess a discussion about our water source and what the hell
Okay.
happened. So the proclamation. No, this is more of a question. um, well, does like when this body was discovered? Like they know who this is, whoever discovered it, or like
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I wanted to say it's a citizen of Prudence that they discovered in their half-eaten. It's not like an outsider.
right. Okay. So this is the, I guess, spouse or son or parent of this person is going to decry for justice and wants to know who did this.
And this is a discussion.
Yeah. And it's a question form, I guess. So who the fuck did this to my wife?
It was probably the cult of the zombie.
That cult can't be ignored any longer. They must answer for their deeds.
Um, is it possible zombies got down here?
I don't know if I can say anything again based on the rules, but
Well, you start with a question. You can make another statement.
yeah, okay. Um, we need to we need to make that water clean as well.
Hmm. Okay.
Deepest
So
sympathies, but let's clean the water.
yeah, yeah, your farming project comes to an end.
Nice. That was a long one, I think, yeah, because by this time now, little seedlings and moss and stuff is starting to take hold, and there's fertile soil that's actually grown its first little seedlings and stuff. So
Nice.
that's awesome.
So I'm going to put food as an abundance now,
Nice. Okay.
but clean drinking water is now no longer an abundance because dead body was just found in it.
Gross.
But I don't think it's a scarcity yet. Hi.
Yeah. Okay. See you. See you tonight or later.
Okay. All right. So this is before we move into summer.
Cool.
What basic tools does the community lack? Where are you storing your food? Why is this a risky place to store things? An important or basic tool. Um, so I'm going to say they lack like a proper like police force or military or whatever. Like they
Mm-hmm.
don't have any like secure. Like if the Underdark like monsters attack, usually like random citizens will step up
Mm-hmm.
and do it. Distinct force
No, a
for
lack
it.
of organized military, I guess. Like,
Yeah, because they are very much like anti-military here.
right.
So
Absolutely.
they
Yeah.
don't really have like any defense per se.
Yeah.
So
Con-
How do I draw a lack of military? Um,
Uh, what about a yield sign? Like go if I don't know.
yeah,
Proceed with caution.
yeah.
Go.
Okay, so no formal military or anything like that. I would like to hold a discussion.
Hmm.
Uh, who the hell is the sixth man, and where did he come from? Uh, but I think what I'm going to do is, what should we do about this sixth unknown individual?
Mm. You know, I can't remember if there was five or six anyway. Like they brought that H2O bomb. Who cares? H2O bomb, not bomb. Power thing.
Maybe we need to send another party into those tunnels.
Yeah, I've never seen this guy in my life, and I'd bet my mother, my late grandmother, on the fact that this guy is some freaking alien, and I think
Okay.
we should do something about it.
We should interrogate and or test, like perform tests on this individual. Okay, so the train
Hmm.
finishes and
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
the elderly mobility finishes. So I'm going to draw a train.
Cute. That's pretty dope. Have a little train station.
Because I want the world connected. Like I can't, like even though like it's a harsh landscape,
Hmm.
you know, and your elderly mobility finished, so you can figure out what you want to draw for that.
Fuck it.
And I'm gonna say the train probably comes in like mid level to match up with the ravine somewhere.
Sorry, say it again. You were have a train level mid range?
Uh, Around the middle,
Yeah.
uh, just
It's less vulnerable.
mm-hmm. And what did you come up with for the mobility? Is it the moon boots or?
Um, mm, mm, mm. I wanted to. Yeah, have you ever seen those like kind of stools that are at an angle, kind of for your butt, little 45 degrees?
Yeah,
Like when you're mostly doing a lot of standing, kind of, you kind of like
yeah,
rest.
yeah.
So if it was kind of like structured like that for these old people, so they can get in on and off of these things easy, and they just kind of like
Okay.
sit down and like these like arms kind of come up like as handlebars, and then away it goes with some wheels at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just like a little better version of
Okay.
what we have today, and um, powered by something rather than their own feet,
Yeah. All right. Um, and I think we'll take a small break now
for sure.
because I was out drinking last night. I went and like I'm hungover and I need some food, so
Sure.
I'm gonna go eat.
No worries, man. Do you want like half an hour or something, or 15?
Uh, yeah, let's go 12, 15, 25 minutes.
Perfect. Sounds good.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
Is going. Is that supposed to be on? All right. Good thing you record as well.
Yeah, right.
I think I fucked up. Okay. I think I recorded my voice only, maybe.
Okay. I think I got
So
mine. I can see the levels, so
I'll have to. All right, I'll have to check, but we'll see. You got yours anyway.
yeah.
All right. So I think I pulled the last card,
Yeah.
so you get to go first.
This is a summer card. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. Thanks. Okay. Summer is a time for production and tending to the earth. Start a project related to food production or time for conquest and gathering of might. Start a project related to military readiness and conquest. Hmm. Maybe to juxtapose
I'm,
the general dispatch and lack of organization, maybe I'll start a little military readiness. A minor,
okay.
a minor, because the general sentiment here is not military oriented. There is still like,
Right.
outliers and stuff. So they find themselves and start a little crew.
Okay. And this is dispatch. You said.
No, I was like to juxtapose, I guess, against dispatch that
Oh, okay.
is primarily here. These guys would
Oh, okay.
call themselves something else,
Right. Okay.
which I guess maybe when
And
the
how many
project is
weeks do you
done.
think?
Yeah. I don't know. To get everybody organized, like, oh, I know a guy and I know a guy. Maybe 4 to 5 weeks, something like that. 4 weeks.
Okay. So this is just some random militia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Uh, formation of a militia. Now I can't remember. Did you ever give that guy a name? Oh yeah, Yeezy.
Easy.
Never mind. Okay. Just gonna write Yeezy in.
Signing autographs and
Yeah, eccentric. Kind of uh, like in Critical Role. Did you watch Tarrington Darrington?
no.
It was one of Sam Riegel's characters. He was an artificer, but he played exactly the way Yeezy would be. He's like, "Oh yes, I went on this grand adventure and like just blowing it way out of proportion, signing autographs and living that high life adventure status."
Totally. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the guy from Harry Potter, that professor that was like all the
Oh
ladies
yeah,
liked
yeah.
him,
Love good.
but he's like
Not
just,
or
but he's terrible. He's actually not very good at all, right? So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking. Eccentric phony.
there you go. Perfect.
and you get to discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project as well. Again, if you want.
Right.
But you have to draw some sort of military readiness.
Okay. Crap.
You know what we should do to kind of speed things along
Yeah.
is draw on the other person's turn.
Okay. Yeah, I like
So
that.
like when I'm thinking about it, you're drawing your stuff.
That's a good call. So discovery project. That was just a project, so I'm gonna do one of the other two. Um, fuck.
So
This.
like I found this helped. I had to look it up again
Yeah.
to
Um, the discovery of a seventh person that just kind of appeared like in
emerges
town.
from the tunnel.
Not even out of the tunnel. He's like in town now, like with like he maybe lives with like the sixth person or like lives with someone else, and but like those people, those five people
Have now
were
become seven.
have now become seven. Yeah.
Hmm. Wow. That's interesting.
And I will draw that easily, real quick here.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
Okay. Oh, and I'll do the military one now.
Oh, summer is fleeting. Discard the top two cards
Oh shit.
and take two actions. Okay. That's three. Okay, and take two actions this week. Okay.
Hmm.
So I want to hold a discussion. I know for sure. Um, Now I have a question actually. How much like attention is this militia drawing? Or is it all kind of just like discreet guys being like, oh yeah, I know a guy that would do this?
I think they're trying to drum up some interest. It's public. Yeah, it's not a sneaky militia.
Oh, right. Okay, so in that case, I think I'm going to go with. And one more question, just to clarify, because I forgot. Is this militia for against dispatch, and it's not meant for like protection of the city from the Underdark,
Oh, no,
or
not
is it both?
no, it's not hostile to dispatch. I just meant like in comparison. So within the city, we have majority is this dispatch sense of feel, I guess, where there's unorganized kind of liberty, no militia, but now there's this other crew that's not against them. It's just
They're
uh,
just forming it more for
just
the
forming it
protection of the city.
for the city from the Underdark and from the zombies. They're concerned with both threats, but they're like, this is ridiculous. Like we have no organized military.
Okay,
We have
okay,
to
okay.
find whoever is interested to join us.
All right, so I am going to hold a discussion then,
Sure.
and it's going to be: do we really want another form of military here?
Hmm. So as a question, yeah,
Yeah.
posed to the community. Um, I think we can handle ourselves and have been without creating a new set of rules and hierarchies. I am against this formation. We are against this formation.
Who would who would oversee them? Will they just run wild?
Our defense response is wild as is, unorganized and chaotic. We need this to solidify an organized response to threats.
Uh, why not just bring in the military from Venaris then, if this is what we're going to do?
Yeah,
And for my second action,
go for it.
I will I'm going to start a project, and I'm going to say that the city wants to hold an election for like officials to oversee everything. You know, not necessarily like the police or anything like that, but just kind of like these are like a governor. You know,
Mm,
kind of like the one in charge of the city that makes sure that this forming militia will stay in check, that dispatch will stay in check, that the diggers are, you know, like they're
mm-hmm.
kind of like the mediary person, like a judge, jury, and not necessarily executioner. But so
Right.
I think they're going to start an election for head of government.
Would this be making a form of government all in itself as well, like a city council or something, or just one
Yeah,
branch?
like um, so like I kind of want like a completely neutral Drudge Dredd without the killing. You know, like he's just there to judge and set down like principles, and his word is law. Like
Hmm.
he is infallible
Okay.
in this town. Now there could be like counselors that govern like certain areas, you know, that represent like the diggers, one for the farmers, etc., etc.
Hmm. Okay.
And I think this will be we'll do 8 weeks, you know, for campaigning. You know, you got to send out ads to everyone,
Hmm.
pamphlets, meet the people. So I think 8 weeks is reasonable, like 2 months. Seems like a good amount of time for people to start thinking about an election.
For sure. That's long for Canada even.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're allowed to start campaigning for. Yeah, it's like only like 6 weeks or something before the election.
Yeah, strange.
But
Anyway. Yeah, cool.
uh, so that research on crystal finishes,
Nice.
uh, and the research into the crystal It yields that it is viable farming applications. Like the light does support growth,
Hmm.
but at the same time, it mutates it in a way.
Hmm. Something unusual about the light.
Yeah,
That's
like I don't know, like it could be like some sort of radiation, magical energy, who
right,
knows?
right,
But
right.
something is altering whatever creature is bathed in the light.
Okay, cool. Huh. Lots of things could go from that.
All right, so you go ahead and pull a card.
Sure.
I'm going to draw my election.
So outsiders arrive in the area. I'm on your way there. Why are they a threat? How are they vulnerable? Outsiders arrive in the area. How many? How are they greeted? Um, Maybe we have some of the half zombies. What would we call them? Hybrid zombies? Those people
Yeah,
that lived out closer to Venaris. Maybe a pack of them arrive,
yeah,
and well, they're obviously a threat because hybrids. Um,
yeah.
and I'm not sure what the response is yet, but maybe their vulnerability is they scare a lot of people, so you know they will likely be attacked or potentially be attacked by the people that live here.
Right,
Um, why did they come here isn't asked, so I'm not gonna answer that, I guess.
so why are they a threat and how are they vulnerable? Yeah,
Let's kind of answer like the same question. They're a threat because yeah, but then they're vulnerable because they're a threat. Maybe
right.
I wonder if they need to stay above surface or why would they come here? I don't know. Didn't ask me that, so I'm not gonna answer it yet.
Yeah, I'll work that
Sure,
out.
you got
Unless you want to like do it through like
a discovery or a question
or a project or
a project.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. What was that check mark there for again?
The election.
Right. Yeah. Um, Thinking about something fun like a competition. Maybe there's this annual like festival with competitions and stuff that happens every year to raise the spirits and have something to look forward to. I wonder if that's a project then maybe
Okay.
they're preparing for this year's Festivus.
Like that could yeah, just like discover something new even.
Yeah, maybe that's their first one or something.
Like you, yeah.
Sorry, I lagged out a bit there.
Well, it says like introduce a new situation. Like so,
Hmm.
like that would qualify.
Okay. Yeah.
You're introducing an event coming up. It doesn't even have to be the first one. It could be like a centennial anniversary if you want.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Let's call it a like kind of inspired by the Olympics. Maybe it's like every 5 years they have this big thing.
Okay.
Let's do. I'll draw that after. And oh wait. So that's my whole turn, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. I'll just draw my shit while you do your thing.
Okay. Where are you gonna draw it?
Um,
I'll just put it down here.
okay.
Someone tries to take control of the community by force, succeed, and why do they do this? A headstrong community member decides to put one of their ideas in motion, start a foolish project. Hmm.
Those are fun ones.
Yeah. So who do we got here? We got the diggers. We got this militia. We have dispatch. Uh, then there's like,
Maybe the military from Varanus.
yeah, they might have like a small outpost here, just kind of like an embassy almost, or
Hmm.
uh, I don't know. Do you think the church would reach this far? I feel like faith is going to be big everywhere.
Some kind of faith for sure.
Probably
Maybe,
the more gnomish pantheon than anything.
but then it's like you did see the Christian church in random places all over the world. So,
True.
why wouldn't it be down here?
Yeah.
That's, someone they're trying to take over, expand their faith somehow.
Yeah. It's not too bad actually. Uh, and we're going with like a mostly gnomish pantheon, like a pantheon populace here, right?
I think
I think
so.
that was, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say the cult of the zombie actually tries to take the city by force,
Cool.
slowly amassing new members over the. Maybe they're the ones that welcomed the half breeds,
Hmm.
the hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hmm.
I think the cult of the zombie tries to take over the city uh, by force. But it was all like cloak and daggers. It
Hmm.
wasn't like a military coup. They kind of like got people in position and then tried to take out. Uh,
Key figures.
yeah, because like nobody's really elected yet,
Right. Yeah.
but they're just trying to like oppress everybody. Uh, they do not succeed,
Hmm.
and why do they do this? Uh, for their own, I don't know, political reasons, benefits.
Yeah, they're forced to the outskirts of society, obviously. So
Yeah,
it's not as comfortable living, that's for sure.
no. So, so I'm going to discover something new,
Hmm.
and what they're going to discover the first zombie in Prudence ever.
Ooh.
Maybe like two or three of them show up and just start like going through the town.
Shortly after the hybrids arrive.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Coincidence? Maybe.
maybe. And they're dealt with quickly, obviously, but do they take anybody out before they do?
I'd imagine they take people out because like nobody was prepared for zombies. Like
Sure.
everybody's worried about the underdog. So I think there were probably quite a few casualties before this militia and dispatch and whoever else started laying waste to them.
Cool.
So
Just
the military readiness comes to an end.
so their not propaganda, but their recruiting process has ended on a peak highlight there where they, you know, had to go to to the tops there to stop that zombie. It was only a few zombies, but there were so many casualties and they couldn't get there in time. So this only boosted their argument to exist in those final moments. And I think they're pretty strong in numbers now, stronger than they thought they would be. Still a minute portion of the community. Let's say 20, 80, 20. I mean, 80 dispatch, 20 militia supporters or
Yeah,
actually belong to the militia. So I think in that sense, that's how much they've succeeded, I guess.
this has definitely helped their situation, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and they have a lot more support, generally speaking.
Okay.
That's my militia symbol there for now, with the arm flex.
Okay. And you can go ahead and pull a card.
So a project finishes early. Which one? Um, and why? I think I'm gonna say it's the election is called because of the current immediate crisis and everything that seems to be dominoing. The assassinations on some people that were running perhaps for office, and the militia's sudden growth and strength, and everything is going chaotic right now. So that's why the election is called early.
Okay.
But that's your project, so you want to tell us how it goes?
Okay, so hmm, there's a lot going on here. Hmm. This complicates things. So who? Like, I think the obvious choice is like the militia,
Hmm.
you know. But like I think I'm gonna put dispatch. Like some guy from dispatch was the one elected
Hmm.
because they're a way stronger presence here.
Hmm.
Um, and their name is going to be uh, Clevin.
Clevin.
Clevin Sourstone.
From Dispatch.
Clevin Sours. Yes. Clevin Sourstone.
Cool.
So he's elected uh, because he was advocating for uh, like we do need some sort of presence of security here. you know, they've been there for a long while. They're well known throughout the community.
So it's
So I think somebody from dispatch, but like I still want dispatch to be like a covert faction. Like I don't want them to be like a military, like where they're walking around with like badges or something.
hmm
Like they're just you just think they're just regular citizens, but they're the ones that take action when something happens.
this militia is, yeah.
Uh, this where the militia where they have like ranks and files and they're in uniforms and stuff.
Okay,
Where dispatch is more just regular citizens that are standing up, but like they are part of the program.
gotcha. Cool.
So now you get to discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a
All right,
project.
let's do a project. The militia wants to expand, well, wants to create a division, a small division within its ranks to send people top side and bottom to the Underdark. So they don't want to just sit and wait. They want to do some scouting, maybe some offensive. Like they're not sending out like
Like
attacks on anything specifically. They're sending out kind of, I guess,
scouts,
scouts. Yeah, because they've been
scout the
underground for a
area.
while, so they want to get a heads up on what's coming.
Right, so scout the terrain.
Yeah,
And how long do you think this will take?
let's say give it 4 weeks, and then they come back with whatever information they have,
Okay,
and that's my turn.
all right,
Maybe do I draw that? No, not yet.
not yet. The eldest among you dies. What caused the death? The eldest among you is very sick. Caring for them and searching for a cure requires the help of the entire community. Do not reduce project dice this week. With the first one, and say all the elves just die.
Ooh, what caused that?
Uh, some sort. Uh,
Sorry, did you say some form of something?
Cataclysm in
Oh,
the Feywild,
oh, okay, okay.
but like because the Feywild is like a mirror of the real world. So like
Ah,
something happened in the Feywild version of Prudence,
right. Ooh,
and they felt the ripples and ended up dying.
cool. Very cool.
Feywild. Oh man, pen just ran out of ink.
Oh, great.
Used it full. Cataclysm. Cool. All right. Uh, now we got. I would like to start a project and it's an investigation into the sixth, seventh man. Uh, or no, you know what? I'm going to discover something new and say they got an eighth man appears now.
I love it.
Okay, so there's an eighth man now, and everybody's just like, "Oh yeah,
There's always eight.
they're." I like this. They're just like that guy that just everybody overlooks. Like nobody realizes like, were there seven? Were there five? Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I don't have any specific memories about this guy, but I remember him
Yeah, he looks familiar.
totally.
Okay, so you can go ahead.
Oh damn. Or oh okay. Or whether it's nice and people can feel the potential all around them. Start a new project. Well, if if everybody the weather is feeling nice, what would that mean underground? The air is as unusually filtered today.
Weather's nice and people can see the potential.
Maybe some expansion on the train system in terms of a trade, like a larger trade hub, or maybe the scholars set up a little branch, like a satellite school that is, smaller in comparison, but it's set up near the train station. That would be the new
Okay.
project.
All right. Branch of Academy.
Hmm. Had to build it and get the people there, and maybe it'd be like 7 weeks or something on the longish side.
7 weeks. You're saying?
Yeah, what do you think? Seven, eight, five, four? I don't know.
Yeah, I think seven's pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, I gotta draw an elf,
Okay.
a dead elf.
All of them.
It
I guess.
looks more like a goblin.
Discussion about why all the elves suddenly drop dead.
All right, so how are you gonna start it?
Uh, I don't know. It has to be a question because this is out of nowhere, and anybody who's not an elf wouldn't have felt what they felt and would be shocked as hell. So what the hell just happened to our elven brethren? It's like Thanos snap.
Yeah. Uh, these are all dark omens. We need to turn to faith.
Are we? Is there some kind of sickness that we should be worried about spreading to others?
Can we send somebody to investigate what happened in the Feywild?
Mm, Yeezy's here. And it's back to Yeezy again.
Nice. Okay. So the descent into the pit ends. Now, do they make it back or do they not?
Mm-hmm. I think this is yours.
It is. I'm trying to think. So the party originally went down with 10 people, but it came back with 7.
Ooh.
But they all swear they didn't lose anybody.
Oh man, that's cool. I wonder if anybody's gonna connect that. We've been getting extra guys up here and less guys down here.
Okay. It's my turn now, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Which one? And add a new scarcity.
Hmm.
Project. But something goes foul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity. Hmm. There's a massive earthquake,
Uh-oh.
but it opens up the Underdark. Nothing comes out and attacks, but now there's this huge open hole into the Underdark. So as a scarcity, I'm going to add uh, like safety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From below
Uh,
or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
protection from predators.
Yeah. There.
Protection from the Underdark. Okay. Cool. Uh, Now I would like to in this hole that just formed, they're going to find a massive vein of magical ore.
Ooh.
Okay. And scout the terrain is going to end.
Okay. The guys that were underneath, I think, with the earthquake, they didn't come back. Things shifted down there,
Yeah.
and but the top guys came down with pretty good information. They got to high spots in the terrain and moved around and studied the movements of zombies and stuff for a while, and got a sense of a snapshot really in time of the zombies movement and um, yeah, so they come back with that information, and maybe it just informs militia's future growth plans and what they want to do. Um,
Okay.
like maybe they want to set up a permanent scouting team that goes out and can come down and inform them of unusual behavior of zombies now that they kind of have a sense of what's usual or a baseline.
Okay.
Yeah, but no intel from below.
They didn't come back, you said.
Nah,
All right. It's your turn.
boom.
Uh,
Predators and bad omens are afoot. You are careless and someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who? Or
ooh, you just
predators.
called it.
Well, yeah, and hmm, that could just be it there too. But predators and bad omens are afoot. What measures do you take to keep everyone safe under surveillance and under surveillance? Well, that's both of what I just said. Yeah. um, I think this is some curious people, people that are curious about the cave system where they sent those ever-growing team.
Yeah.
Some curious people have got together, another group of five, go down in there, and this time they don't come back, or at least they don't come back by the time they told people they would come back. So I'm gonna
So a second expedition gets sent into this alien cave system, but don't come back.
this time they don't come back. Or they're not back yet anyway. But
Okay.
yeah. And discussion or discovery. Maybe it's a team to go look into the Feywild. Who the hell is gonna go to the Feywild though? They're gonna have to like reach out to other communities with elves because there's no
Yeah.
elves left. So maybe they send word to elves in other areas so that at least that's like the start of an investigation. Other elves know what's going on.
Okay. So are you starting a project or?
This is a project, yeah, to inform elves in other outposts about the problem.
Okay. So it's not an investigation. Like you're just send word.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if anybody here knows how to get to the Feywild without an elf, or maybe they do. But this is more
Right.
about spreading it to other elves in this world, see if they're still alive.
Okay. Send word to the elves. How long do you think this will take?
The train system on that side, not too long, but the other communities, I don't know the third one if it's connected yet. But
The third one's on the other side of the globe.
okay. So,
So no, not really.
do you have plans to connect them? They're not connected right now anyway. So
No.
yeah. Okay.
Like I think you guys will mostly be playing in Venaris and Prudence,
Yeah. All right.
and then maybe like if we run another one, we'll build the other cities in the planet.
Cool. 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 So with a train, getting information about the elves to Venaris, it's gonna take 2 weeks.
Okay. And that's your turn now,
That's
yes,
yep. That's
I
my
think.
turn. Yep.
Introduce a mystery at the edge of the map, or an unattended situation becomes problematic and scary. What is it? How does it go awry? Unattended situation. Hmm. I'm going to go with an unattended situation becomes problematic, scary. And what
Unattended.
I'm thinking is this singing from the well, like the pit,
Hmm.
is joined by a chorus. Like
Whoa.
instead of just being one voice, now like there's several singing in harmony or
Hmm.
wailing or whatever they're doing.
That's scary.
Uh, how does it go awry? Like nothing really goes awry.
What if it siren
Uh,
calls people in their sleep and they all just start walking in and falling in?
people, yeah, I do like that.
Pew.
People start walking into it mindlessly.
Yeah. One night.
Yeah,
And now all the humans and gnomes are gone.
yeah, yeah. Uh, it's not a lot of people, but
No.
like the odd person, or maybe if they get too close.
Hmm.
Nah, yeah, just random people wake up in their sleep and walk into the pit. Cool stuff.
Yeah, that's horror.
Yeah, because you'd probably wake up as soon as the body works.
So yeah, you're a little leggy there. If you, I'm imagining you wake up as you're falling.
Yeah,
That would be terrifying.
yeah, no, that'd be nuts. Like you just go into free fall and maybe you figure out where you are, and if you do, you're like, well, how do I kill myself quicker than waiting for whatever
Starvation.
inevitable death is at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
let's start a project. Uh, uh, We're going to transport the crystal to the agricultural area.
Cool. Get some hydroponics going.
Yeah, crystal transport. And this is going to be one hell of a feat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do they break it up? Will that damage the entire structure? And then all of a sudden it doesn't work?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but to be able to move this thing would
Mm-hmm.
be. So I'm going to go with like at least 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Seems like a massive endeavor. That's fair.
Yeah, yeah, we'll go 6 weeks. And then that's my turn.
All right.
Send word to the elves has finished.
Okay, so the elves in Venaris are alive, and I don't know if any of them felt that like the repercussions of that, but
I would say it's kind of like the Force, where like when Alderaan got blown up, Obi-Wan felt it. It'd be
yeah,
similar. Like everybody, the elves noticed it.
I would say so. Yeah, I was leaning that direction. Yeah. Okay, so they're not surprised by these messengers' arrival, but still shocking to hear the news that they're all dead. And so that has sparked some action to, look into it. But that's just the beginning. It was just sending the information there.
Right.
So a contingent within the community demand to be heard. Who are they? What are they asking for? Or a contingent within the community have acted on their frustrations. What have they damaged, and why did they damage it? Is it permanent? um, I know. I guess I'm thinking about the cannibals want to be heard, or the uh, militia. We also have the elected. No, no, that doesn't make sense. Command to be heard. I think maybe there's a contingent within the community that is worried about the dangers of this hydrogen fuel cell. If the technology
Okay.
slips into people that they don't want it to. This is like, a discovery of this community, and it's been revolutionary for them. And so far, their concerns have been ignored. So they are they're gonna have some weird acronym, like PETA or something. But
Yeah.
for like, the protection of hydrogen or of advanced fuel technology, and they demand to have official regulations or something official done to protect the secrecy and of this technology, I guess, from spreading to
Uh,
enemies.
did you ever play Fallout?
No, Olia did. I watched her play a few times. I kind of know of
Oh,
it, but yeah.
yeah. Okay. because there's this one faction like the Brotherhood of Steel. They collect old war tech that's too dangerous for everybody and just like hoard it. That way nobody can use it. So it's
Yeah,
kind of like that.
yeah, because they know best.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So
I should draw that
cool.
ish, maybe. I'll draw that after. Oh, you got it down.
Front. Yeah.
We'll say protection for advanced technologies, PAT.
Protection against advanced technology. Cool.
So a discussion. That's what we'll do. What is the discussion?
Okay.
They want to have an elected representative within, whatever organization's going on here, solely responsible for like these advanced technologies.
Yeah.
And we want a dedicated infrastructure within the community, to hide the shit.
All right. So can you say that one more
I forgot this was a discussion.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what? It
Sorry. Yeah. Let me make that concise.
was?
Pat should be in charge of all discoveries in the future.
They're just a bunch of nut jobs who want to hoard it for themselves.
If technology like this falls into our enemies, it'll be game over.
We should use it to better society, advance us.
Cool. Like that's two each.
Yeah. Okay. And this will be the last one, I think,
Ooh.
for summer anyway. Someone new arrives. Who? Why are they in distress? Someone leaves the community for.
You think about it for a second and use the can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo.
Oh. All right. Um, so I think an entirely new race appears. through the
Okay.
Underdark.
Hmm. Hmm.
I might throw some dwarves at you now.
Ooh.
So maybe some dwarves arrive from the Underdark, and why are they in distress? Um,
Hmm.
their city was ransacked overnight, and they're refugees.
Hmm. And they have a city in the Underdark. That's pretty cool.
Right. Okay, cool. Um, I'm going to start a project. It's just going to be a little one, but they're going to build a wall around this pit
That's the singing
just to
pit.
stop
Yeah.
people from walking in. It's a simple and elegant solution, but it doesn't, like, it's a band aid fix. It doesn't fix the problem.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
Cool.
And I'm thinking maybe like a week.
Yeah. Some temporary fencing type of deal.
Yeah, maybe a wall,
Yeah.
like brick and mortar style.
Sure. Okay. My turn here.
Okay, 1 second. We're
Oh.
moving into fall.
All right. Let me delete that. Boom.
Okay. Uh, Shuffle. Okay, you're ready whenever you are.
Someone returns to the community. Who? Where were they? Or you find a body. Do people recognize who it is? What happened? Maybe one of the people from the militia that went to the Underdark uh, a while back finally emerges and was, living off of fungus and stuff while they tried to make it out. It's like that movie where the guy was stuck between two rocks for a while, cut his
Right.
arm off or whatever, leg or something.
Yeah.
So everybody else died, but he finally made it out alive. And unfortunately, it has nothing really to show for it. Like, didn't learn too much. I guess I don't know if you want to make that like that sad. Maybe there's something useful, but it's mostly just
No, that's good with me. I don't really care.
yeah, he just got out there alive, and yeah,
All right.
he's definitely not going down there
So
again.
the scouting party returned.
Yep, maybe it's a boost of morale for the
Cool.
militia.
Cool. Yeah. Now, would you like to hold a discussion, start a project, discover something new?
Pat's going to build a secret, not secret, as far as secret as things can be down here. Uh, Little warehouse headquarters type of deal where they can store stuff and research things.
Okay.
It's gonna try and be secret, but let's see, 6 weeks. As it's funny. I have this branch of academy. They're going to be distinct kind of things, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, well, one wants to hoard it, the other one would want to like
Right.
study it, find ways to use it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Your turn.
okay. Branch of the Academy finishes. Next round, sorry. I went too far.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Thought so.
1 week left on it. Okay. The parish arrives. Who are they? Why have they chosen your community? And for what? A small gang of marauders is making its way through local terrain. How many? So I think a small gang is kind of formed in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like angsty teens that get into like violent troubles. You know,
Mm-hmm.
how many are there? I don't know, maybe like 10 at
Sure.
most. You know, it's just a small little gang, but they are causing trouble, like break B&Es, uh, thefts,
Mm-hmm.
uh, beatings, but no murders. I think it's just like clubs they carry. They don't carry knives or anything. It's just blunt weapons.
Cool.
Um,
It's the bane of every small business, but that's about it.
yeah, that's it. You know, just petty thugs. Okay. I'd like to hold a discussion about the pit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Actually, I never really clarified what they found down there, like the seven that returned.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so I think in this discussion, we're going to play those seven players.
Okay.
And the question is, what happened? What did you find?
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to start that then?
Yeah. Yeah.
The first few days, we didn't notice any change at all until it suddenly, no, it slowly started to feel a little bit brighter, a little bit warmer.
Um, it seemed endless. We continued descending until we ran out of provisions.
Mm, hmm. One of our crew wanted to continue in spite of our lack of provisions to do so. And stole some of our equipment and continued on without us.
Certain point, there were hundreds of barbs sticking out of the walls that we used as climbing, like grips or whatever, but just like barbs circling the entire hole as we were descending. And so is the wall around the pit.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to ruin too much there, but not ruin, but like make a definitive
Yeah, no, I know
boundary.
it's yeah,
So far, it's still endless, I think. Okay.
as yeah.
Someone sabotages the project fails as a result. Who did this? Why? Someone is caught trying to sabotage the efforts of the community. How does the community respond?
Oh, your academy finished by
Oh yeah,
the
previous
way
turn
at the
or
train.
just now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess let me address the academy first. Then the academy is established. It's like this satellite hub next to the train station. It's beautiful. Holds about 10% of the scholars that used to be at the other academy. That's kind of the ratio, 1 to 10, in terms of size. But they quickly
Okay.
have they have good relations with builders and engineers and stuff, and work together on projects and shit in the future.
Oh, perfect.
um, I'm gonna say the crystal transport project fails.
Okay.
Someone working on the team to move it has some kind of mental snap and cuts the ropes or stabs some dudes in the back as they're like working with ropes and things, and the crystal kind of falls and lays in its new home for now anyway, with a crack all the way through it. This dude
Okay.
seems to have gone crazy, whether the crystal did it or it's a coincidence or not. But
All right. Does he have a name?
um, uh, maybe Patton Fane, something like that. I'll go
Patton Fane.
I'll go Dappin Fane like that. I'll draw a crack on the crystal here.
All right.
Discussion or project. What's this stuff in the bottom again? Oh, that's the big crack to the underworld.
Perfect.
have a discussion then, I guess. So this crack to the Underdark's been open a while. Should we deal with this?
Mine the resources though. They are extremely valuable.
Are you lagged out there? Do you say there's some valuable resources in there?
Yeah, there's a bunch of magical ore.
Oh shit, yeah.
We need to mine the resources. Extremely valuable.
This is going to take a combined effort of militia and builders and explorers, etc.
Um, More importantly, what other races might be down there?
Is that where the dwarves came out of? That big old crack?
Yeah.
Dang. Well,
Okay.
that's good. Yeah.
Right. Or did you ask the question?
No, I think I got my bits in there. I asked a question and then I got to say something.
Okay. All right. The community
Oh no, you're lagging again.
becomes upset. Oh no. All right. Should be good. This the
Yes.
internet here is not very stable.
Hmm.
Rolls.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's all good.
There it goes
It's good 90% of the time.
again. Um. Yeah.
Becomes obsessive.
Take extra time. There I go again. All right.
Hmm.
At 3 weeks, all other projects fail. If there are no projects underway, the community becomes obsessed with a grandiose vision. Hmm. Well, I guess Pat HQ is the only option.
Wow, that's unexpected.
So it jumps up to 6 weeks. Um, uh, Maybe they just had a like, you know what? We also need this and this. You know, if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it right.
Hmm.
Type mentality.
Hmm.
You know.
Supply chain issues, you know,
Yeah.
let's get the right material.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's do it right.
Go.
Okay. So now, um, the militia I think the militia is going to set up like an outpost, like a little, like a little bit of a base.
So I heard the militia's gonna set up an outpost somewhere
Yeah, in the crack.
down here.
Yeah,
Cool. That's to ward against people or monsters or whatever.
yeah, as like a frontline defense.
Right. Cool, cool, cool.
Um, Probably not going to take too long. They got to build something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go.
and that's your turn.
Someone leaves the community after issuing a dire warning. Who? What is the warning? Someone issues a dire warning and the community leaps into action to avoid disaster. What is the warning? Start a contentious project that relates to it. Hmm. Uh, so Yeezy comes back from adventuring above, claiming he saw massive sandworms off in the distance coming our way. And he's convinced that they're going to tear the community apart. And if we don't leave now and abandon everything, we're all screwed. So the contentious
Okay.
project that relates to it is a group of people, fanboys, etc., actually believe him
Yeah.
and want to start getting everybody together to mass exodus the community.
Okay. And how long is this going to take?
Uh, Yeezy's like, man, you got like 1 week, but I don't know. Fuck. Yeah, it's like 3 weeks. These worms will be here.
2 weeks. Okay.
The discussion is um, Yeezy's a fake, uh, phony, and has always been. I'm not going anywhere.
So that's a statement.
Yeah, it's a statement.
What are you talking? He's the best adventurer alive. We should heed his warnings and get out of Prudence.
This is my home. My family's buried here, and I'll just take my chances. If I die, I die.
Yeah. I want to give him a good punch.
Cool.
Okay. introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community. Conflict flares up among community members, and as a result, project fails.
Hmm.
I think that uh, the dark mystery. I think Pat HQ is going to fail. Word gets out. You know, the diggers want to use this hydrogen fuel cell to aid them in their excavations. The farmers want to use it to uh,
Yeah.
provide power for the pumps and everything. People want to use it, and these guys want to take it away
Hmm.
and hoard it. So they're gonna go up to Clevin and be like, "You need to make a ruling here." And Clevin decides it's in the best interest of Prudence. Pat does not set up a like they don't want. So I think their HQ gets kind of kiboshed.
Hmm. For sure. That makes a lot of sense.
And then I think, hmm, as a result, I think Pat is going to start a new project. But this time, they're going to attempt to steal the fusion cell.
Mm.
They tried playing nice.
Hmm.
Now it's time to play dirty.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, and I think with some planning and execution, like 2 weeks maybe.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. A project just isn't working out as expected. Radically change the nature of this project. Don't modify the project die. When it resolves, you'll be responsible for telling the community how it went, or something goes afoul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity. Well, what projects we have these? Leave Prudence, fuel cell heist, and militia outpost. Uh, it's not working out as expected. I'm trying to think of leaving Prudence. How would that change? I think, or a scarcity. We don't. No, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna change the outcome of leave Prudence when it happens, I guess.
Okay.
And I'll just tell you when that happens. And as far as discussion and discovery, I think there's going to be a discovery made by one of the militia guys who does now one of those regular up top scouting. He sees in the distance what he thinks looks like could be giant worms. You know, that
Oh, okay.
that idea has already been planted in his brain, so he does like, I don't know, is that a giant worm? It looks fucking big. Like, I don't know. So now there's some corroborating testimony there on the fact of this worm.
Right.
Could be real.
Okay.
That's my discovery. I'll draw a little check mark beside this worm.
Okay. Okay. So the militia outpost finishes.
Cool.
I don't think that's really much of a story to tell. They just kind of set up an outpost in there.
Hmm.
Um, the fuel. I'm going to say they were successful, and they managed to steal it, and now nobody knows where they are or it is.
Oh shit. They might not be in Prudence right now, or they could be, but they
It's
don't know.
unclear.
It's unclear.
Okay. Uh, it's my turn to pull a card.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Oh boy.
A natural disaster. Remove an abundance and a project fails.
Hmm.
You focus on protecting your supplies and hard work at any cost. Several people die as a result.
Hmm.
So I'm going to go with the second one, run off of what you mentioned earlier about this central pillar already cracking.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think it crumbles. And
Ooh.
I'm gonna say like a good like down is just gone.
Whoa. So is this like hanging from the ceiling, kind of, or
Yeah,
shit?
now it's just hanging. Um, and as a result, I'm going to start a project about reinforcing this pillar. Uh, rebuild Prudence. And this is going to be like 10 weeks.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's
Oof.
not going to be easy.
The strongest among you, especially because the strongest among us is dead. Uh,
And your leave Prudence thing is done.
okay. Uh. Okay. Let's deal with that then first. The collapse of the pillar below, and now this baby Yeezy's telling the truth is swaying some that were on the fence. There's a ton that still don't believe Yeezy. Just one more guy seeing it didn't convince a ton of people, but I think like a good like 3% or so, 5% maybe of the population is actually like gathered up at the tops and with their like traveling gear, and I guess, or maybe at the train station even, just like going to out of this place.
Venaris, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
they set up about a small little population there, but it's a lot bigger than who was gonna leave because probably not a lot of people are gonna leave.
Yeah, but still 5% is pretty big. Now,
Hmm.
Prudence isn't as big as Venaris. Like Venaris, I think was I said like 1.4 million.
Right. Okay.
Prudence
Sure.
is maybe like 500,000,
Hmm.
like the size of Hamilton.
Right.
So 5% is still like 5,000 people or 50,000. I think it's 50,000.
Yeah. I don't know
It's
right
still
now.
a good chunk of people.
2,500. I think it's 2,500. Anyway.
Yeah, but still, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So now, strongest among us
It's
dies.
25,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
25,000. Yeah.
that's
The weakest among us dies due to some tainted food. Maybe the elderly are more sensitive to it, but they discover that there might be a problem with their food supply there, or at least a batch of it. Certain.
like E. coli.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There must have been something going on right now, and they discovered it through the death of this elderly person.
Okay,
Maybe I'll.
but is foodborne?
Let's say it's like a waterborne thing, yeah, so you can get into your food quite easily. You'd have to like ingest it, let's
Water.
say.
Okay, okay.
Little bacteria, dude. So they'll start a project to, recuperate the food supply, I guess.
Okay.
That might take a little while. Let's say uh, 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Disease spreads through the community. Choose one. You spend the week quarantining and treating the disease. Project dice are not reduced this week. Nobody knows what to do about it. Add health and fertility as a scarcity.
Hmm.
Huh. I think I'm just going to go with the first one.
Mm-hmm. Kind of ties in.
So
Yeah.
we'll bump it up. Um, yeah, it'll tie in with the elderly dying.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm going to discover something new.
Mm-hmm.
The is go-
What did you say? The
the,
wall's
the
gone?
wall around the pit has disappeared.
Oh, I like it.
Okay, and that brings us to your turn.
Project finishes early. Which one? Why? If there are no projects, there are. So I can't see rebuilding Prudence finishing so quickly. So that makes it hard. Maybe, well, let's make it fun and magical. Um, oh Jesus. The column as you're working on it, or maybe as you're designing plans to start working on it in the first few weeks and building scaffolding or whatever it is you're doing, like this, you like builders notice the formation kind of repairing itself, kind of like a bone, but like a lizard's tail made out of bone, and it's
Okay,
on
like the
top and bottom.
pillars regrowing.
Yeah, and it's gonna just kind of meet in the middle of where that, it's kind of just growing from both ends additively.
Yeah.
It's not finished
Okay.
yet, really, but it's like they're like, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, hey, check this out, and maybe over the next few weeks it
Yeah.
finishes or something. Yeah, well,
All
whatever. It's
right.
done
Well,
now.
instead of yeah, well, we'll reduce it because I was still at like 8 weeks or 6 weeks.
Yeah, it was, I think 8. I don't know. Let's just say it finished. It was slow growth and then accelerated, and boom, it's done.
Sure.
It's a different color than a little bit like a different, like, you painted your walls white, but it's just a little bit off, like
Right.
scar tissue or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
So I don't know if people are going to discuss that or. I'm definitely not leaving now. This place is fucking magical.
Is this
Sorry.
is this a living organism we're in?
Hmm. I wonder what else this place can do.
I think Yeezy should leave.
Sorry. Yeezy should leave. Is that what you said?
One second. Said I think Yeezy's right, and we should all leave.
Ah, yes.
This is messed up.
Cool. Okay, that's your
Okay.
turn.
Community works constantly, and as a result, the project finishes early. The group goes out to explore the map more thoroughly and find something that hadn't been that had find something that had been previously overlooked. So I think as they're exploring Prudence, digging constantly and mining and whatnot, they find a large metal that turns out they find a large metal disc about 2 kilometers in diameter
Hmm.
as they're digging.
Square or circular?
Circular.
Circular, just like the other dude or the other one.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. I thought about that earlier. Kind of forgot to bring it up. Cool. Just on the edge there.
start a project. So the academy does have this place. So I think the academy is going to do a project, and they're going to try to determine the connection between these two plates.
Mm.
Uh,
Hmm. Cool.
and I think this is going to take a while. I think
Yeah.
because like nobody knows what they do. They're starting from scratch, but they know there's two of them now. But at some point, I'm going to go with 10 weeks.
Okay.
If we don't get to it, we don't get to it.
Yeah. That's a good call.
All right.
Harvest here and plentiful, add in abundance. Cold autumn winds drive out your enemies. Remove a threatening force from the map and the area.
So it doesn't have to be a wind. We can just say whatever.
Right. Right. Maybe let's say we got in a huge shipment of some, like, we do trade with Varanus. I don't know why I can't say it. Farnos. Farnos. Anyway. So add an abundance of like lug or exotic goods.
Uh,
Like for
okay.
now, like they're all like these things are all flexible and fluctuate over time, I guess, right? So
Yeah. Exotic goods and wares.
yeah, why
Okay.
why not?
Yeah.
And maybe we have a some adventurous diggers want to go down into the crack to try and harvest some of that ore. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, so make that a project. Is a harvest, mine the ore.
And how long do you think that's going to take?
Um, just even start and get some going, maybe 5 weeks.
Okay. So now we're into winter because apparently we ran through them all.
Okay.
We'll give them a good shuffle, and whenever we get that card, game's over.
Right. Ah,
Game is over.
that's hilarious. Wife
All
just
right.
got
Well,
local, so that's good time.
yeah. It's like I don't know, crazy how well that worked out.
We got a lot
I
done
kind of
too.
want to see what some of these are though.
Hmm. Yeah, we didn't get through winter
I'm
last
just gonna
time,
look
and
through the deck sometime.
yeah, cool.
Hmm.
That was fun, man. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Work
I'll
with.
your internet's getting crappy here near the end here, but that's okay because we made it through, and I'm gonna post